How's everybody doing today? This is Corey Lee's Boxing, and we are back with another banger. So please smash that like button, you guys, and subscribe. And yeah, man, it's looking like Devin Haney lists his 3 possible locations for the Lomachenko fight that's supposed to be going down in May, you guys. I heard both are in talks. And they're pretty much just waiting on the location right now. Devin Haney's pretty much saying that there's 3 possible locations on where they're going to have a fight at. And let's just see what he has to say, you guys. So in a recent interview that he did, it says that there are 3 candidates to do it right now. Saudi Arabia, New York MSG. That's the New York Madison Square Garden, you guys. And then that's Saudi Arabia, where Anthony Joshua has fought at before as well. So you guys got to think about that as well. Saudi Arabia is starting to get their money. Well, they've been had their money up, but they're starting to, put more money into fights. And a lot of fighters are starting to get paid because of Saudi Arabia. So I think it's an excellent thing. Now, will I go all the way to Saudi Arabia to watch these fights or to get some of that stuff done, like that? Probably not. I probably wouldn't go all the way to Saudi Arabia. But like I said, some of these fights, they're going to get so big that Saudi Arabia, they're going to put the money up. And I think that, they're going to start, people are going to start buying the fights, man. I really do. I really, really do, man. So, yeah, man, I really want to know what you guys think. But, so those are the 2. So those are the 2 so far. So it's Saudi Arabia, New York MSG, and Las Vegas, Nevada, you guys. If you guys don't know, there's a T-Mobile Arena, and that's what he's talking about specifically at the T-Mobile Arena. So that's what a lot of fans want to know. Is he for real about this? And it's looking like, yeah, he says, it was a big year for me. Things changed for me so much. I didn't see all this happening so fast. Even though I was prepared for it, I wasn't looking so good around this time last year. He came back from the war zone, and that was a lot to come from, said Haney about Vasiliy Lomachenko. His performance against Jermaine Ortiz wasn't the best performance, but he also fought a guy that a lot of people didn't really know. He later goes on to say maybe he couldn't get up for him. He says maybe he couldn't get up for him as much as he would have for one of the other top guys. But at the same time, Ortiz put up a great fight. He fought a good fight. They sparred numerous times, I think. So I think he kind of knew what to expect. Yeah, and that's true. Devin Haney makes a good point. Jermaine Ortiz used to spar with Vasiliy Lomachenko. So, that's a lot right there within itself. I feel like, Vasiliy Lomachenko is a good fighter. But at the same time, you guys got to understand, man, Vasiliy Lomachenko's getting up there in age. Vasiliy Lomachenko is not any spring chicken. He's 34 years old. He's 5'7". But a lot of people say that the smaller guys, they get old faster, than the bigger guys. A lot of people say heavyweights age late, So, that's what a lot of people say. So, I just feel like right now, Lomachenko, I think he needs to get in tip-top shape for this Devin Haney fight. Devin Haney is not going to be easy. And I think a lot of people know that Devin Haney is probably going to be favored to win this fight. Now, in the beginning, I didn't know, before he fought George Kambosos and before Lomachenko fought Teofimo Lopez, I think that he would probably have been favored in the Devin Haney fight. But Devin Haney, like he said, he's came a long way in the past year. And yeah, man, I think the fight's, starting to sway a little bit more for Devin Haney now, man. He's the younger, fresher guy. He hasn't really been in any wars. And, I just think right now, Vasiliy Lomachenko, being what it may, he's been in a lot more physical wars. And, that weighs on your body after a while. So let's just see. And then he went over 400 amateur fights, 400 amateur fights. Okay? And then he's been in there tough since damn near day one, Lomachenko has. He fought Gary Russell in his second or third professional fight ever. Gary Russell was already I believe he was a world champion. You see what I'm saying? And, when he fought Gary Russell, man, a lot of people knew, like, okay, this guy is for real, man. This guy is not a joke. People need to take him seriously from the first day he got into the ring. He fought Jose Ramirez, which was 25-3 for his professional debut. 25-3, you guys. Then he lost to Orlando Salido in a 12-round split decision loss, which some people say he won that fight. Some people say Salido, did enough to win that fight and squeak it out. Salido almost got stopped in the 12th round and was holding on for dear life. I do remember that. Not only that, you got Gary Allen Russell Jr., which was 24-0. He beat him by a unanimous decision. A mid-decision. And at the time, Gary Russell Jr. was a good fighter. Gary Russell Jr. was a great fighter, man. And it was for the WBO vacant featherweight title for the WBO. And Gary Russell took the opportunity. He later became champion, I believe, after that with the WBC. But, Gary Russell lost that fight. And at the time, Lomachenko was just 1-1 as a professional. Can you believe that? So, I just think Vasiliy Lomachenko, a lot of people say stuff about his resume. The only two guys that Vasiliy Lomachenko's lost to was good fighters. Teofimo Lopez and Orlando Salido. I'm not saying great, but good pressure fighters. Orlando Salido is a good pressure fighter that's bigger than 130, than the weight that they were at. I believe Orlando Salido came in, I believe he missed the weigh-ins on purpose, and then he wound up later weighing in, I think he was like 10 or 15 pounds more than Vasiliy Lomachenko. And then in the Teofimo Lopez fight, Teofimo Lopez was a bigger guy as well. So both guys were big, but at the end of the day, Lomachenko's got to get the job done. And this Devin Haney fight will pretty much put him up there with his, friend, slash, brother in some eyes, Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk is shooting for undisputed right now. Can you guys believe that? Alexander Usyk and Vasiliy Lomachenko both shooting for undisputed. I'm going to make a video about that, man. That's just a video within itself. But yeah, they're both shooting for it around the same time in 2023. They both could be undisputed at the same time from Ukraine. And they both train together. Can you guys believe that? But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Devin Haney, Vasiliy Lomachenko, it's going down this May. Yeah, man, I want to know what you guys think about that, man. Do you guys think that Vasiliy Lomachenko is going to win this fight? Or do you guys think that Devin Haney is a little bit too much for Vasiliy Lomachenko? Devin Haney being a bigger guy, he's possibly this going to be his last fight at 135. Lomachenko having problems with bigger guys. His only two losses were the guys that I believe were bigger than him. And you can only have so much skill, but size does play a factor after a while, I believe. But like I said, I think Vasiliy Lomachenko's weight, I think Vasiliy Lomachenko's weight should be 126, 130. I believe that's a good weight for him in boxing, about good boxing weight. But all of the big fights are at 135. But a lot of these guys are busting out at 135 and got to move up to 140 because they can't make the weight anymore. So, yeah, man, I think Vasiliy Lomachenko versus Devin Haney goes down in May. And pretty much Devin Haney says, one last article I'll read, he says, no matter when it is, I'm going to be victorious, whether it's March, May, or whenever, or wherever, I'm going to be ready. I would love to do it before Ramadan so that I can do Ramadan and stay on my game. That's what Devin Haney says, you guys. So, can't wait to watch this fight. It's going to be a big fight. And I can't wait, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please smash that like button and subscribe. And until next time, you guys. Peace.